it can't be both of your tournaments.
No.
It can only be one. That is the nature of brackets. The cruel defeat being put into losers. But someone's going there. Is it going to be Mondi? Is it going to be Kareem? Let's find out.
Yeah, and this is winner's quarter, so of course, winner will be getting through to winner side for tomorrow. Will be their last match of the day. Other player gonna have to win one more to get through into that coveted top 128 spot, which is what we're playing up to today. And again, Ness versus Sonic. If you have been in UK Smash and been keeping tune, certainly this month, this is a matchup that we have seen fairly frequently as of late. We're going to see the inherent differences between what it is right at the top and whether sort of that matchup knowledge just trickled down to sort of the next stage.
Yeah, this is, if you were being very cruel, this is kind of like Pele and Asker at home. But the thing is, Pele and Asker at home, you feel like we have so-and-so at home. You know, so-and-so at home is, you know, it's delicious. Sometimes it's nice. We have this at home. That's a good thing. And I'm expecting good things, but Kareem here starting off really strong.
Yeah, just with an entirely huge lead, and I love that matchup knowledge there already, where, you know, putting that spring down, forcing Ness to hit it after that initial hit, it halves that distance, and it means that that poor child, he barely goes anywhere and gets sent sailing straight to his demise. However, Mondi getting that PK fire started, trying to get a grab, while Kareem managing to escape and just electing once again. It's going to be interesting to see, again, the differences between these Sonic players and whether Kareem is willing to just play that much more defensive style, or whether he's going to sort of take that lead and make a charge with it.
I feel like Kareem, when he came into the scene, was a little bit of the more sort of slow-paced Sonic, kind of like the classic. But I feel like there's been a big improvement in the advantage state recently. Like, I think the last couple of months, like, Kareem's kind of made that sort of Sonic touch of death style that we've seen from the top players in like Japan and the US, and sort of made it in his own image.
Yeah, we see Kareem just having that spring out. That second up air didn't quite connect, but then Mondi ended up landing on the spring anyway, and then just the advantage state continued with that up smash at shield. Again, one of those options which I don't feel like I see quite all that often from Ness, because you've got so many good shield options anyway. And sometimes you forget that I've got the quick killing one as well, and there we go, just 30% landing there, 45. Trying to get a little bit of spice going with the B reverse PK flash. However, Kareem just ignoring those elements of style. He's like, okay, well, when you're done, we can meet back on the stage, and then we'll continue. And I love that from Mondi, just going for that back edge, just trying to really discourage any kind of deep edge guard from Kareem. That is a real strength of Sonic, about how far he can go, and particularly with the quite precise positioning that Ness has to go at to recover.
Yeah.
It's so easy to sort of meet him there and get anything going before it happens. But
again,
back air to back air.
It's just like you say. I think, yeah, Mondi really good at sort of fishing out when Kareem's going to try and fish for kind of an aggressive playoff stage. There's a forward air previously, or back air then. But, you know, Sonic's feet are attached to his body, whereas Ness's magical energy juice is disjointed. But that works. Yeah, I think that's canon, isn't it? Magical energy. That's Earthbound. We're there. Close enough. Yeah, we're close enough.
No, I love the fact that Mondi is just so confident to go to those offstage interactions as well. I like the fact that, you know, he's clearly been taking a leaf out of Astro's books, being, you know, seeing how aggressive he can be in the offstage situation. However, it's that situation right there. If you've not been in it, it is a very difficult spot to find yourself in.
I feel like we've all been in the shield on the ledge from the yo-yo, and you're just like, is this it? Is this the end?
What do I do? What do I do?
It's like being in like purgatory. It's like the life before death. It's just like,
it's the same with like,
this is my demise. It's like acceptance.
It's the same with like Kareem's F smash, where I'm like, I've got 3 seconds and I don't know what to do. I can't call my family. Like,
I don't have time.
I can't drop shield to call my family. So what do I do here?
It's basically the 5 stages of grief in one F smash.
Yeah, and you better get them done quick, because you're about to get sent to the skies.
You ain't got long. Yeah, really good start there from Kareem that last game. They just couldn't push the advantage. And again, a couple of big sort of moments where Kareem's trying to go off stage and Mondi's spacing like really good disjointed aerials to deal with it. And I feel like Kareem saw him just get a little bit frustrated on the player cam. He was kind of trying to push the issue a little bit, kind of running into Mondi's moves, to be honest, on occasion. So again, I think Kareem just needs to tighten it up slightly.
And it's interesting that you sort of bring up the mindsets of the players, because bearing in mind, Mondi kind of started that set getting a big 0 to death against him. You know, he was an entire stock down and managed to bring him back. And I know that, certainly from what I've seen on like his social media and things, Mondi just placed a lot of expectations on himself. Okay. He's very much, he likes to, you know, he wants to be, he has still got that fire to be the best player in the world. And, you know, to get those results and to go further and further, you know, as far as he can. And the fact that even in that situation where, you know, you're against C65, this is winner's side tomorrow, you get 0 to death straight away, you're thinking, right, well, I've got to find something. And he just dug deep, stayed focused, and it's really paying off at the moment as he gets a lead in the second game.
Lead of that first game, and as you say, second game, decent lead here. It feels like just the spacing on some of the way that Mondi's drifting back. Kareem's just trying to go for hits that you might think he has on the cards, but just getting stuffed out, air dodges, or kind of getting hit again. Just a lot of sort of aerials in place from Mondi. It's like, this is my zone. Please do not come here. You're not welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, no tech. No tech yet.
Yeah, I guess not really expecting it because you would, you know, pretty much air, and it's really difficult to intercept that PK Thunder like directly. So, you know, hoping that maybe he would go straight through, not bothering to attack, and then unfortunately, you know, being a fairly early stop in the grand scheme of things, but certainly not letting that lead get much further. Lovely neutral air out of shield, and the down smash as well, but Kareem perfectly timed air dodge, not only just avoid that hit, but then get a teeny tiny punish. It was only a jab, but it was still by far best case scenario.
Yeah, it's just like, please just get back. I'd like to get back.
Get off me.
Genuinely, the theme of this set, I think we've seen it another 3 or 4 times this game, is that Kareem's just trying to find like these confirms to extend the combo, but Mondi's just placing every disjoint perfectly. Like, just, there's no way of getting through. It's like the back air is really good, the forward air. It's just difficult for Kareem to get anything sort of really started. And that's a really good shield grab there. Wait, 120, that's like, it's not even close to not killing.
Honestly, the thing with it as well is that a lot of people talk about, you know, the best way to sort of beat Sonic is to have these lingering hitboxes, and, you know, have these sort of like long-lasting hitboxes. But the other alternative, particularly in a game like Ultimate, where, you know, lag is, you know, a nice concept if you think about it, is that you can throw out so many of these hitboxes at once, and it is why Ness, you know, seemingly from what I've seen, can do reasonably well in the match, because you can throw out so many active hitboxes that it does force the Sonics to really be careful as to when they can spin dash in, when they can make that charge. Kareem finally getting that stock with the back end, but still like
it was still a trade as well. Yeah,
exactly.
It was still a trade. And that's what makes it tricky. It's like it is a spacing game. It feels like Kareem's just been on the losing end of that slightly, but match stock here. Rolls through PK fire. All right, Kareem's starting to cook. Homing attack.
And I love that delay there from Mondi. Love that little 2-frame, however. And it's just going to be there a little bit early on the spring, but I love that with the forward tilt. But again, Kareem just not quite having it on the draw.
Had the air dodge read there, but the drift from Mondi so ambiguous. It feels like it can go either way right now. Kareem's starting to play a little bit better in terms of just little spacing things.
Yeah, it's just these kill confirms, right? We're seeing a lot of these weak hits from Kareem, and he's not quite managing to get those killer back airs. However, this can get a little bit spicy. Clutch tech there from Mondi, and again, another aggressive jump up neutral air just to deal with Kareem, exerting all that pressure, just saying, get the hell off me. It is not your time to get this kill.
You see Kareem had not much joy off stage. Oh, again, just can't find the drift, the airspeed from Ness, so ambiguous. That could have been scary.
I was going to say, that was a pretty poor read.
Oh my gosh.
However, I love that. Such good awareness. And again, when you solo main that character for so long, you know those little percents where, okay, 160 on the platform, that's probably going to kill. Love that. Love it.
That was a big test. That was, I'll be real, that was Kareem's game to lose. Just playing better and better and better. That time, Mondi being so good with the kind of defensive, like just spacing of aerials, but Kareem was starting to find weakness, starting to pick gaps.
Yes.
But I was scared that it was like, okay, playing really well, but can we close?
Yeah.
This game's about closing.
I think that's been a bit of a theme in this whole block, right? Is that, you know, to sort of separate the good from the great, you need to be able to, you know, find those kill confirms and find the earliest ways of getting those stocks. And again, we saw it a lot there where particularly, you know, those neutral airs into back airs that normally, you know, we see players like Sonics and Pele, you know, they're hitting them, you know, at least 80% of the time, if not every single time. It was just something that we weren't really seeing from Kareem. And again, those early stocks, they could weave such a different tale. It can take you on such a different timeline, but thankfully Kareem's sort of, you know, steering the ship out of the stormy waters, and, you know, there is light at the end, but he's still got a bit of a way to go. And that down smash is certainly making those clouds seem a little darker.
I was going to say, there's such a ray of hope of Kareem winning that last game. All the while, Kareem was having a little bit of difficulty getting back to stage. But, oh, hang on. Kareem finally mastered off stage. Yes, all right, that's the first big hit I think Kareem's got in off stage situation. We're cooking now.
I like the fact that he just stayed and reacted this time. Instead of going for those like preemptive edge guards, it was like, right, Mondi has swung every single time. He's going to try and trade. He's going to try and get off me. So I'm just going to stay a little bit lower than him, wait for that hitbox to come out, and then swing up with the forward air. And it worked so well. And Kareem definitely seems to be playing with a little bit more confidence then he was just swinging.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see just trying to get some kind of reaction, and lovely cross up there to not get shield grabbed from Mondi. We have noticed that in these ledge situations, he does try and fish those shield grabs a little bit. However, the homing attack not quite going to work, but again, no punish, straight back to neutral.
And it feels like these two are really becoming, they're really showing why they're 64 and 65th seed, pretty much even Stevens at the moment right now. And again, it feels like some really good adaptation here. I feel like Kareem played a little bit better, but Mondi recognizing some of Kareem's timings as well. Good forwarder there. I think the jump's gone. Yeah, you have to air dodge, yeah.
Just perfect timing, got that flow shot down to a science, knowing that Kareem didn't have any options, just holding it, reacting to the air dodge, just simple, wonderful, wonderful things coming out from Mondi, keeping his, sort of, again, keeping that fuel going, keeping that fire to be able to get it going. But again, Kareem, what an aggressive option as well, almost going the exact opposite from what we saw in that first stock, right? Yeah. It's that, you know what, before we even have the conversation of the mix-up, I'm already going to take your stock.
Forwarder.
Yeah, it's
time for forwarder.
Yeah, we're not chatting about this, you're perishing, and that's that. Go to your room.
It does feel like Kareem's definitely gotten a better handle of the offstage situation. That first game, we've said it a few times, just like Mondi was dominating it so much. But Kareem's getting a bit of a feel, because there's two reads. Will Ness air dodge? And if he does, what the hell's he 50? You know? This ain't no Smash 4 50-50 mix-up anymore. Go here, there, and everywhere with these air dodges. Okay, ooh, love it.
There we are, lovely patience from Kareem. Again, it's so tempting to try and swing at Ness when it isn't really your turn. And let's face it, Ness is a young child and he doesn't like sharing, so it's never normally your turn. But again, that footstool at shield, such a wonderful punish. And again, Kareem just tempting some of these options, clutch spot dodge into the forward. Again, just saying, get off him. We're not done yet.
Oh, the back end. I saw the foot come out. Oh, the little twinkle toes nearly came out, but the yo-yo was already there. These are small margins. The seeding team's done a good job. These two are neck and neck. You know?
They really, really are. And there was a slap of the leg as well. You could see, you obviously mentioned the back air. Kareem just trying to space that back air just outside of the yo-yo range, but just not quite managing it. And again, such a minute little element of spacing just, you know, pours it in the favor of Mondi.
It did feel like Kareem had sort of cheated death. He was stuck in the yo-yo, but then it just miraculously escaped. Still had to get back to the ledge though, so in a roundabout way, the outcome was still the same. Game 4, Mondi 1 game away, but I would be, I'll tell you what, I think this could go the distance. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're going to see whether Kareem, you know, made some nice adjustments. Again, particularly those offstage situations that you were mentioning. You know, Kareem has been a little bit more proficient in those, been getting a few estimates a bit more on the money, but it is going to be whether, again, he can just, particularly that ledge trap situation, that yo-yo is so difficult to deal with. And I love that from Kareem, just electing to go back to ledge rather than, you know, try and swing somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Out. Yeah, that's gone. Mondi's all of Mondi's resources, making my words get mixed up, just like that recovery did. Excellent stuff there from Kareem, and this is an incredibly strong lead, I have to say.
This is really strong. I have to say, sorry, I was just panicking. Every time I see Sonic do homing attack, because there's always that chance that you just disappear. Like we've all seen the clips of where, oh gosh.
Yeah, speaking of just disappearing, double down air?
Well, that's an example where maybe it didn't quite work out.
Oh, but what a catch. That was so good. However, just Mondi just charging ahead, just saying, this is my advantage today. I'm not done yet. And the yo-yo once again, Moke.
This feels like the ultimate small margin spacing match. There have been situations where if Kareem gets a slight different spacing, it goes a completely opposite direction of this set. But both these guys are trading hits in that sort of way. That is why it's pretty even. Decent percent lead here for Kareem, but there's still a confidence from Kareem. That's what I like about the way he's playing, but Mondi's just so... I think I can see that mentality. Very unshakable, it feels like. You know? Not panicking.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, particularly against a character like Sonic. I think it can be so easy to panic because of how strong that initial game plan can be, and that almost like emergency button of spin dash and then deal with it. So, you know, the fact that Mondi has got that solid mentality again, probably did a lot of studying of those Astro Peli pods just to get a good idea, and we can see the game plan is so good from both of these players. Another back throw just to get that little bit of stage control, trying to catch it. However, a back air will send Ness sailing to the skies as Kareem, again, less so of a lead, but it's still there.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked so many times already about the margins of being a great player is not just getting the percent, but finishing the stocks. And it feels like Kareem's starting to get a little bit more of that finisher, or a few more finishes. See if we can get much 12% more. He's got this extra stock in hand. See the confidence. There's an aggression to Kareem. Kareem's winning.
Yeah,
I thought this was the vibes. Kareem said, I'm not done.
We are not aware of the vibes. We have no idea.
Vibes?
Yeah, no vibes here. Let me tell you, just Kareem putting on an absolute show. Mondi being forced back into the air with the spring. At the moment, on his last legs, a little bit of questionable DI there. It's so difficult because most of the time you're trying to DI in, trying to get that combo DI so that you don't die, but then with that dash attack, you have to DI out into that corner, and it can really die so early with that mix of Mondi. Once again, just avoiding fate, and we've seen him in these situations before, and we can see the roll behind back throw.
Okay, here we go. This is big for Mondi. Yeah, this is all pretty much one mistake. Oh my gosh, the homing attack. 148. This is it, Kareem. Can you clutch? Forward throw? Yep.
Yeah, can't go for that up throw just yet. You don't want to stale it until the moment where it really matters. Going all the way deep. Down. Yeah, I think Mondi was
going
trying
the distance.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Mondi was going for something a little bit spicy there, and then just maybe it's that like analysis paralysis where you've got almost like two options in mind, and then by the time you need to pick, you've missed the turning.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly just going in a different direction.
I'm driving into the sea.
Yeah.
Do I go left or right?
Yeah,
straight on.
Yeah,
straight on it is.
Well, this fence looks nice, like, you know.
I meant to drive this way.
Yeah, but certainly, yeah, as you say, you know, this set going all the way through the distance, and it's been very back and forth as well. You know, I think certainly before the block itself, I was a bit more like, oh, you know, Sonic and Ness, we're going to be into a slow set. It's going to drag out. But both these players are very much content to sort of scrap it out with each other. There's no sense of, you know, I need to camp this player out. I need to run away from them the whole time. It's like, I've got the tools to scrap with you, so come in.
Yeah. I mean, you say that. I'd be very interested to see if things change for Game 5. You know, this is the. It's all coming down to this. This is the money shot. And Mondi's starting off pretty well so far.
Yeah, Kareem trying to get an extra grab to go on top of that little homing attack. However, Mondi just tech chasing away and going for a reverse PK fire of all things, trying to get something set up. However, maybe not quite having confidence in it. And I love that roll read there from Mondi, just trying to catch retreat, but however, just not quite having the spacing on it thus far. And Kareem with the dash attack, the back air as well. The jump has been used. I don't think Mondi's landed yet. Okay,
Kareem continuing. But again, that ambiguous air dodge, and the spring actually kind of annoying there for Kareem, taking him away from the fun.
Yeah.
Right, grab, forward throw, okay. These offstage situations, they've been pretty 50-50, it almost feels like. Sometimes Mondi's had it, but... Oh yeah, great way for Kareem and the down smash. All right, first blood for Kareem. And Kareem again, in the lead this set.
Yeah, and again, what we saw in previous sets, I think it was with... I think it might have been with Tigers, but again, going for that down smash just to cover both sides. When you know, we've been speaking a lot about Ness's ambiguous grip, right? And it's one of those things where it could have been really detrimental. You know, you've got this almost like you've been given this freebie, which again, a lot of these players, not about giving it, but managing to get that up smash, catching the air dodge over, and now Mondi very slightly, but we've seen how much damage Ness can sort of throw out and build up, and it's going to be really spicy for Kareem if he ends up getting caught in one of those PK fires.
Here comes the damage here, 40% from 3 aerials. That minor lead that Kareem had is slipping between his fingers a little bit. But that's the problem is Kareem's got to decide, am I going to not go in? Am I going to not approach? I'm going to try and grind it out, but he still wants to scrap on some level, or at least try and take stage control, which I mean, it's fair enough. That's what you should be doing. Oh no. I think there's a... Oh gosh, that could have been a problem. Big hit. Oh my gosh, this is going to go the distance. Game 5. These two are so evenly matched. No 2-frame there, but does get the back air. Kareem with the lead here. One more stock and he's in winner's side day 2.
Yeah, and this would be a real big thing. Like you said, both these players got an awful lot to prove, if anything, just to themselves about how far they can truly go with the work there. A bit of a haphazard forward smash. Going to be taking care of a couple of up airs just to get a little bit of extra damage, 40% at the moment. And we can just see Kareem playing just that little bit more delicately, going for that dash attack just to catch the retreat, the back air as well. Trying to catch that jump, however, not quite being
Oh my gosh!
That yo-yo just taking it. We've got to go to the toy shop afterwards, but it doesn't matter. And there we go.
Oh, barely living. Okay, one more mix-up for the recovery. Goes high. Kareem does make it back.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Any aerial, realistically, is going to kill from Ness at the moment. Another trade not in the favor of Kareem. And just that back air just to intercept it. It's almost like he's found that solution right in the clutch moment.
We wouldn't have it many other ways. We thought this set might be close. It's going game 5 last song.
Yeah, we've seen the explosiveness that Ness has
here we
had,
go.
and it feels like Mondi every now and again hasn't quite managed to sort of fulfill that potential that we've seen from those other Ness players. But again, it's in these final moments, that pressure where rocks become diamonds. So we're going to see how Mondi is going to retaliate, or whether Kareem is going to be able to close it out. Again, that drift sort of paying off time and time again for the Ness player. At the moment, just trying to catch it, but not quite being there. PK Fire still not working.
Oh, this is so scary. It feels like this is also Rage that's potentially building up for Mondi here. It's only going to take a few hits to get a combo going, but great tech from Kareem. And Kareem, actually, you know, Kareem is taking his time. Not forcing the issue. Good forward air, but he's going to need one more hit. There's one more mix-up. Goes aggressive. Gets the spike. Tech. Oh, my gosh.
Here
Tech,
we go.
but doesn't get that tech, doesn't get that tech, which means Kareem moves on to day 2. He was 1 seed higher for a reason, and that is the small margin it takes. 64th over 65th goes the distance.
Yeah, and just that slight mix-up on the tech timing as well, be it intentional or otherwise. But instead of like hitting the spring and then having to tech, it was he hit the wall, bounced off, then hit the spring, back into the wall. So it was just that very, very slight timing off. And again, in those situations where you've almost got that set timing in mind, right, I'm going to hit this there, I need to hit this tech. And then, you know, just a fraction of a second, like we've been talking about, small margins.